Here's a harsh reality that nobody wants to talk about. Fresh college graduates are facing one of the most brutal job markets in recent memory. And the traditional advice isn't working anymore. The latest research from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York paints a sobering picture that should concern every parent, student, and educator. We're looking at unemployment figures that have climbed to 5.3% among recent graduates. But here's where it gets truly shocking. The underemployment rate has skyrocketed beyond 41%. This means that nearly half of all new graduates are working in positions that don't require their college degree or utilize their skills. To put this in perspective for those unfamiliar with these statistics, unemployment measures those actively seeking work but unable to find it, while underemployment captures graduates stuck in jobs that don't match their qualifications. When combined, these numbers reveal that almost half of recent graduates are either jobless or professionally underutilized, a staggering waste of human potential and educational investment. Michael Mamo, who teaches economics at James Madison University, has been tracking these troubling trends closely. According to his observations, the job market has become particularly unforgiving for graduates across multiple disciplines, with those pursuing careers in computer engineering and computer science facing especially steep obstacles. This revelation might surprise many, given that these fields were long considered recession-proof career paths. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Economists like Mamo have identified several interconnected factors, creating this perfect storm of graduate unemployment. Economic uncertainty continues to cast a long shadow over corporate hiring decisions, while employers have been quietly revising their job projections downward. Yet there's another factor at play that's generating significant debate in academic and professional circles. And this is the part most people miss. Artificial intelligence and automation aren't just changing the workplace. They're actively displacing the very entry-level positions that traditionally served as stepping stones for new graduates. Mamo explains this phenomenon in stark terms. This reflects the widespread implementation of automation and AI technologies across various workplace functions. When you examine unemployment statistics for recent graduates, the highest rates appear in industries like computer science and advanced technology sectors. This serves as preliminary evidence that AI adoption is likely driving these trends. Now here's where this gets controversial. Are we witnessing the beginning of a fundamental shift where higher education no longer guarantees career prospects, even in supposedly high-demand fields? The irony is almost cruel. Graduates trained in technology fields are being displaced by the very technologies they studied. The long-term implications extend far beyond immediate financial concerns. Mamo raises a critical point that deserves more attention. The longer someone remains unemployed, the less likely they become to maintain the currency of knowledge and skills they possessed immediately after graduation. This creates a vicious cycle where extended job searches actually diminish a graduate's marketability. To combat this downward spiral, Mamo advocates for proactive engagement strategies. Rather than waiting indefinitely for the perfect position, he suggests that graduates should actively seek opportunities that allow them to practice and refine their skills. Finding ways to stay current and engaged will prove beneficial for their long-term career prospects. He emphasizes, his guidance for struggling graduates centers on adaptability and creative problem-solving. The traditional linear path from graduation to employment may no longer exist, requiring graduates to consider alternative routes, temporary positions, freelance work, or continued skill development through online platforms and professional projects. But here's a question that's dividing experts. Should universities be held accountable for these outcomes? Are educational institutions adequately preparing students for a job market that's evolving faster than curriculum can adapt? Or is this simply an inevitable consequence of technological progress that society must navigate together? What do you think? Are recent graduates facing an unprecedented challenge, or is this simply a temporary market correction that will resolve itself? Have you or someone you know experienced this struggle firsthand? More provocatively, should we be reconsidering the value proposition of traditional four-year degrees when they're no longer guaranteeing career outcomes? Share your perspective, whether you agree with this assessment or believe there are solutions we haven't considered.